Let's go. Good burst. Ooh. Woo! Invisible feet. Oh, no! How did that even... Oh. I keep on thinking I don't have that bound, and then I mash and I get it. That sucks. Oh well. Oh, yo, Proximius, that sucks. Oh, yeah, I've got something bound at L1 as a macro? That's weird. Yeah, Proximius, did you just sleep on it funny, or was it like a an injury that happened from something? You almost had the bait, you just didn't have D. Ah, that sucks. Ooh. Wow, I'm surprised he can 6 feet with that. Ah. Yeah, training's full for today. Sorry, Graffiti. But you'll have a lot of Venom players to watch, so you'll get some good advice, some good inspiration. Damn, wake up 2D. I don't know why, but I'm always surprised that that works. Ooh. Ah, nice. Oh, that sucks, Graffiti Bandit. Did you not study enough, or did you just not get enough out of the time you spent studying? Ooh, that was weird. I just certainly did not expect to end up in the corner there, and I wonder, does Venom have like super narrow, narrow shoulders, basically? Oh. Ah, got it. Yeah, math is rough, and if you fall behind in math, like I had this problem when I was in like high school. Was it just that like I was in like a not the easiest math class for my grade level, and I was doing like okay but not great, and then I basically just there's some shit that I didn't understand, but I didn't like. I kind of didn't realize that I had to put in more work to get it. I was like, oh, well, maybe it'll just make sense eventually. Which is not a great approach for math class. And so I just kind of fell behind and never caught up, right? Because then the stuff you learn after that is building on the shit that I didn't know. It just kind of snowballs from there. But like, I don't know, like I went to like this like fucking really expensive like elite prep school in Oakland, and even there it's like it's weird that like everyone's you get people tell you you're supposed to like ask for help when you don't get it, but sometimes it's hard to get to the point where you realize you're so bad at something that you just don't get it, right? Like, it didn't feel like I didn't get it. I wasn't like, oh, I don't know how this works, so I should ask for help. I was just like, huh, that's weird. These answers seem to be getting wrong, even though I think I'm doing it right. Which is, like, exactly the kind of thing some dumbass high school kids get, I think, right? So, I feel your pain, Graffiti Bandit. And yeah, Mainare, this matchup is tricky for Venom. I don't think it's a bad matchup for Venom, but it's not a comfortable one for sure. You have to use your tools differently, and you have to not get blown up by DP. Yeah, Swan, for show. It's... You do one thing wrong and everything just falls apart, right? Which is funny because, like, that's how fighting games are. That's how a lot of shit that I like is. I just didn't like it for math. whenever, like, I hear, like, old people talk about, like, oh, they're teaching math differently. What is this new math bullshit? They should just learn the old math. I'm like... Yo, that sounds great. If they can find better ways to teach math, even if they're just, like, maybe we're not sure it's better, but at least they're trying, I'm all for that. I fucking hated math. And it wasn't because I think, like, it's not useful or it's not boring. That's what I told you at the time. It's just that the things they had us using math to do were not interesting to me. I've never been more interested in my life in math until I started trying to, like, mess around in, like, game development, and I was like, oh, if I want to get, like, a Mario jump instead of Mega Man jump or a Castlevania jump, I need to know, like, mathematically, what is happening to these characters to make that happen. And at that point, I was like, fuck, I wish I paid more attention in high school math. Except, instead of paying attention in high school math, I was thinking about fighting games, so I guess it kind of worked out. I shouldn't say kind of. It worked out. I got to work in game design without having to be good at math. So, you know, you take the W's where you can get them. Cool. Alright, Deadward, we're gonna call this the last round because I got other folks to move on to, so let's play this one out, and then we'll head back to the lobby. Ooh, nice. Yeah. If you think this is Whiplash Riptide, you should check it out when you play Chip Mirrors. It's so fucking fun. Oh, damn. Woo. Hey, cool. All right. We'll go ahead and head back to the lobby. And actually, if Deadward, if I could get you to leave the lobby so we can get Templar in here, that'd be a dope first step. Yeah, that was a really good set. It's super cool to play with you because you are a reasonably experienced Venom. At least you're more comfortable with Venom than a lot of the folks who I get through the stream, and it showed. Which means that the feedback I get to give you is a little bit clearer and kind of more actionable, I think, than or more like immediately obvious than some folks. The big thing that I would recommend you doing is just learning to cycle through your options a little bit more when it comes to the situations where we're guessing, right? So like, perfect example is Wake Up DP, right? Or Avare DP. We got some new follows real quick. Top Hat Jester, Dreamy Robot, thank you so much for the follow. So yeah, like you got hit by, I think, every DP that I threw out in about 12 rounds, right? And I know it's tough, especially when you're on the losing end of the Venom Chip matchup. You want to take every moment you possibly can to get pressure and extend it and build up my guard meter and open me up and all that shit. And the problem was, it was so clear that you were looking to take advantage of those moments that I just DP you when they happened, and I got out pretty much every single time, right? So, like, I know it sucks because sometimes you're gonna have to run up and you're gonna have to like make it like you're gonna pressure. You did actually try and bait it once, but you didn't faultless break, so you got hit out of the run stop. But basically, like, if I can be confident that like DP works on you every time, or leaf grab works on you every time, or whatever, right? Then I get to play, even if it doesn't actually work on you every time, if it works often enough that I don't even have to think about those situations, it's going to be much harder for you to play your game just because there's a layer of like shit that I don't have to think about. And that's why I'm a big fan, especially on Venom. Like, I really like Blitz Shield as a mechanic, mostly because even if you fuck it up, it sends a message, right? And I think that, like, if you had just gone for Blitz once or twice in that set, I would have had to think a lot harder about what I did on knockdown pressure, right, when I'm pressuring you. And similarly, if you had just stopped and like given me the chance to Blitz or DP or whatever, then I would, even if it didn't work and I just got out for free, I would at least have to think, this person is trying to bait out my reversals. I need to be careful, right? So because you weren't playing that game, it came down to like me just finding the kind of the easy decisions, right? The stuff that seems to be working on you. I can just use it until it doesn't work on you, right? So get more comfortable with those options, right? The other thing you can do, honestly, to cash in on that pressure a little bit more without putting yourself at risk, just throw more. Venom's throw is really good. And like, actually, I played Peppery Splash's Venom in casuals for a little bit at Frosty Fastings a couple weeks ago. And that was the main thing he was doing to get knockdowns and open me up, right? It wasn't anything fancy. He just got he got the throw because he knew that I wanted to be blocking shit. It's hard for me to react. Not even air throws, just ground throws. Like run up throw is working on me a lot. So you do those two things, right? Just get a little more comfortable with playing like if we're gonna be playing rock paper scissors, play the range of rock paper scissors just to show me that you're willing to do it, right? And then work your throws in more, and then you'll have more opportunities to go for like huge guard or risk, crush setups and that kind of shit. As it was, like you were doing fine in neutral. Like I expect Venom to lose more than he wins in neutral. The problem was because you were not able to effectively turn a knockdown into kind of more damage and more knockdowns. I think the game ended up feeling a lot more one-sided than it actually was. A couple small holes, you fix those, and then I have to completely relearn how